to New Apps Practical Science. I'm Dr Woodroffe. Today you're going to learn how to do a filtration. Okay? Now, filtration is one of the basic separating methods or techniques that you need to learn to be able to separate mixtures. And today we're going to separate this mixture that we have here of some sand and salt in water. Now, to do this, you're going to need the sheets that are uploaded for you. You're going to need a practical sheet, all right, that we have here. It's also on the board. And you're going to need the support sheet to help you with this. You'll need the practical sheet, the first one, to help you fill in the details of the method, and you're going to need the practical sheet to also draw your diagram and answer the questions. Okay, filtration. So filtration is probably the easiest of the separating methods for getting mixtures, the different parts in mixtures out. All right, and here we have sand and salt, and filtration is used to separate an insoluble solid from a liquid or solvent. And here we have our insoluble solid, which is the sand, and our solution, our solute is the sand, our liquid, our solvent is the water. We also have some salt in there, which you can see, although the solution looks a bit cloudy, the salt has dissolved. And this is the first part of a series of experiments where we want to try and get the salt out, all right, from this mixture of sand, salt and water. Now, so the first part is filtration. Now, to do this experiment, I've got our mixture there. You're going to need a filter funnel, you're going to need a beaker, and you don't need a clamp stand, but for this experiment here, we'll use a clamp stand to put our funnel in. All right, it's easy to set up. Okay, we're going to put our filter there. We're going to put our beaker under there. All right, and the last key bit of information, key bit of apparatus we need is the filter paper. All right, now here we have our filter paper, and you can see it's just a nice circle of paper here. Now, how does this work? How do we get the sand out of the mixture of sand and water there? We're using the filter paper. All right. So what we're going to do, we're going to first of all make sure that can fit in there. So we're going to have to fold it up. All right. And the other thing is, in filter paper we have lots of little holes. All right. And the sand can't go through the little holes in the filter paper because the particles of sand are way too big, all right? They get stopped by the filter paper. The salt that's dissolved in the water is small enough to get through the holes in the filter paper. So to try and separate out the salt and the water and the sand, to try and get the salt out, it wouldn't work. And we'd have to use another method of separation, and that will be the next video that you see, which will be on evaporation. All right, so, but for this one, for filtration, we're going to remove the sand, all right, from the sand and salt and water by using this filter paper. Now, to put that into there, you can see we've got this conical shape. It's a very simple method. You fold the filter paper once, and then you fold it twice. And the second time, you can see you've now got a V shape. All right, when you open it up, you can see it now fits on there. All right, so we've got this cone shape that works there like that. Or if you're a bit fancy and you want your experiment to go a bit quicker, you can make your filter paper fluted, which is like this. You just carry on folding, and you can see it's got a nice fluted shape. You can fold it even more than that. And the reason scientists and chemists do this is to make the filtration a bit longer. We're not a bit quicker. Sorry, we're not going to use the fluted filter paper today. So we'll pop our filter paper in there. We've got our filter funnel on the clamp. I'm just going to tighten it a bit so it doesn't wobble, and I'll give that a little stir. And you can see the filter paper is sticking up at the moment. but once I start pouring the mixture in, it'll settle down, all right? So now I'll just pop my finger on there to keep it down, and now I'm going to start to pour our mixture, and the filter paper is sitting on its own, and you can see, all right, we started with this kind of cloudy solution here. You can see that we're getting a nice clear liquid coming out at the bottom. Now, you know that you've done it right if you're getting a clear liquid produced at the bottom. If the liquid that's coming out and dropping into the beaker isn't clear, then you know you've done something wrong. You've poured it into the wrong bit, or there's a hole in your filter, too big a hole in the filter paper, and the sand isn't going through. All right, so now, as you can see, it goes through. It probably takes about 5-10 minutes to completely filter. All right, here are some key terms about filtration. All right, so we've had our filter funnel, which you can see is on there. All right, filter funnel. We have our filter paper, which I've folded up and put into the filter funnel. We have our beaker, which is collecting the liquid. We have our clamp stand there. Now there's a couple of other technical scientific words. We call the liquid that passes through the filter paper, we call it a filtrate. So that clear liquid that you can see at the bottom is the filtrate. Here, I'll put that under there, you might be able to see that a bit better. So that clear liquid of water, it's actually got salt in it as well because I've dissolved the salt in there. That is our filtrate. And any of the solid that's left behind in the filter paper, and when this is finished, I'll be able to show you it, any of the solid that's left in the filter paper, which is around here, we call it a residue, all right? Residue just means left behind. So I'll recap those key terms. We have our residue in the at the bottom of the filter paper there. We have our filter funnel. We have our clamp stand obviously holding the filter funnel and the filter paper. We have our beaker, and we have in the bottom of our beaker, we have the clear liquid, which is also known as a filtrate. All right, now follow the instructions on the worksheet that I've uploaded, that will be uploaded. Answer the prediction. You need to also write a method. So if you need to look back at this video a couple of times to be able to understand the steps of the method, you can do that. And also you need to draw a diagram on the sheet as well of the apparatus. There is a support sheet that has some pictures of the diagrams that you need to, pictures of the apparatus that you can use, but you can see from here the apparatus in use, so use that to help you. Okay, I hope that's helped you understand filtration. If you have any questions, please leave them in the chat. All right, thank you, goodbye, have a good day.